base. We are in the narrow lines, 3-4 lines from the end of the narrow lines. A little bit behind. We're going to catch up. Okay. The gemorah says, Omar. We just had a brayso that says you read Kriya Shema, then you daven. So, this will assist Rabbi Yochanan. Which Rabbi Yochanan? Rabbi Yochanan says, who is someone who will have a nice juicy portion in the world to come? Anyone who says the psukim of Geula, redemption, who came out of Mitzrayim, Gal Yisrael, and then he davens Ma'ariv. Interesting. That's a ben olam haba. If you do a smichas Geula tefillah. So, what's the machlokes over here? Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi Omer, no. Tefillah is be'emtza tiknun. You don't do smichas Geula tefillah in Ma'ariv. Tefillah is be'emtza tiknun. Meaning, what is tefillah be'emtza tiknun? You daven, you say Shema in the middle, in the morning when you wake up, Shema at night, and in the middle you have your Shemoneh Esrei. So you don't say Shema before Ma'ariv, you say Shema after Ma'ariv. So we obviously normally daven Ma'ariv, you say Shema before Ma'ariv. Reb Chaim says you say Shema after Ma'ariv.
Is it talking about two different Shmas?
Same Shema. Do you say the psukim Shema? Do you say all that we say, the Brochos, the psukim, you say it before Shemoneh Esrei? Do you say Shemoneh Esrei, then the psukim, then the Brochos, or do you say Brochos, Shema, then Shemoneh Esrei? Obviously we say first, you daven Ma'ariv, then you say the psukim. However, if you're running late, there's a minyan, you're not going to chop a Shemoneh Esrei. A minyan, you could say Shemoneh Esrei with a tzibur, then do the psukim afterwards with the Brochos, like Reb Chaim and Levi.
When did Rabbi Yehuda make the Seder Tefillos?
He didn't make Seder Tefillos.
Oh, who made the Seder Tefillos?
It's from accumulation of
But when did that happen? Before this?
Well, no, this is way after. This is the Amoraim. This is not the time of the Mishnah. This is the Amoraim.
So why are we even discussing
years
this?
later?
The Seder is the Seder.
No, they didn't have the Seder yet. This is the Machlokes.
Oh, this is the Seder.
Yeah. This is the Shiloh. What's the Seder? But Micah Miflegi. What's the Machlokes? Rabbi Yochanan, Reb Chaim and Levi. Ibai say Makrav, Ibai say Misvar. You could say they're arguing in the pasuk. How do you understand the text? Ibai say Misvar. They're arguing in logic. Ibai say Misvar. If you hold they're arguing in logic, the Rabbi Yochanan Savar. Rabbi Yochanan holds Geula Me'usa Nami Have. The Geula in Mitzrayim, when he came out of Egypt, that also happened in the evening. Ela Geula Ma'isal Have Ela Tzafra. The main Geula when they came out of Mitzrayim was in the morning. Late, whenever they came out. They didn't come out at night. The main Geula was in the morning. Therefore, at night, you don't have to do a Geula Tefillah. Right? Rabbi Shua ben Levi Sova, Kivan Dulay Have Ele Ben Tzafra, since the Geula was only in the morning, Lo Have Geula Ma'al Yisah. That's not called a Geula. In other words, do you say there was also a bit of Geula at night, or do you say there was no Geula at night? The Geula was only in the morning. So if the Geula in Mitzrayim was also at night, you should be saying a Geula Tefillah also at night. But if the Geula was only in the morning, so just do it in the morning. You could say they're arguing in the pasuk. What's the pasuk? They're both talking about the same pasuk. There's a hekesh. There's a correlation. Shchiva to kima. Ma kima kriyishma vacha tefillah. Af shchiva nami kriyishma vacha tefillah. The morning and evening is the same. Just like in the morning you first say Kriya Shema, then you daven. Also evening, first say Kriya Shema, and then you daven. Rabbi Shua ben Levi said, no, Maka Shchiva lekima. The Shchiva goes like the kima. The word Ma kima Kriya Shema samach lemitosai. Av Shchiva nami Kriya Shema samach lemitosai. Do we learn which comes first, or do we learn which one is closer to the bed? That's the machlokes in the They both learn the same psukim. Interestingly, why is it? Side note, why is it that someone that is Samech Geula Tefillah a ben olam haba? Like, sounds like a little bit extreme, no? You can do a lot of mitzvahs, but say ben olam haba. This thing you do, you said Geula Tefillah ben olam haba. So Talmud Ben Yain, they say, because the whole purpose of Yitzis Mitzrayim is that we should serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I took you out of Mitzrayim, you should be my avodim. And what's the Ikar Avodah? Tefillah. Eis Avodah is Tefillah. So when you say the psukim of Geula, and then you daven, what you're showing HaKadosh Baruch Hu is you're showing yourself maybe, is that he took us out of Mitzrayim, and because of the gratitude I have now, I'm serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu through praying, to being Meshabech HaKadosh Baruch Hu, through realizing his greatness and davening to him. That's the Smichas Gula L'Tfilah. When you've incorporated that into your life, that you feel like the Eved of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's why I'm davening. You're not just davening because you want something. I want a new car, so I'm going to pray to Hashem. You're davening because you feel like gratitude for that Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. Now I'm going to pay him back by trying to daven to him, by praying to him and serving him. I'm serving him. It's not just I'm here to ask for things. It's a service. When you realize it's service, you're Eved, you're Ben Olam Haba. Beautiful pshat. I love it. There's other shittas out there. I'm not even going to mention them. There's other opinions, beautiful opinions, but too complicated. And this is like, I'm placing like this sheet to Rishonim. Others want to say it just means, for example, I'll say that anytime you listen to Chazal, this is another Maimon Chazal. Anything you listen to Chazal, you're Ben Olam Haba. This is just the marshal. It's like a little bit daichak. Says the Taisus. Take a look at Taisus. Very important Taisus. Reb Yochanan Ezu Ben Olam Haba. Now, in Etzah we don't have this minhag, but in Chutzah they say these psukim after Gal Yisrael, they say V'yirei Neinu, V'yismach Lebeinu. Well, there's a whole thing, and there's a brocha over there, a whole long paragraph. So what is that? We have this whole long tefillah. Achash Kivenu Nira. Why do we say it? So we're not saying Gula tefillah. You have Gula, and then you say this thing V'yirei Neinu. You blew it. You blew the whole thing. How do we do that? Since Chazal said to say it, it's actually the guy named Havalei Gula Arichta. That's like one Gula. So you're right. The psukim of Yirei Neinu V'Yismach, we should see the Gula. It's nothing. It's not the previous. It's not the Gula of Yisrael Mitzrayim, but it's all like an extension of the Gula. It's an extension of the Gula. Others say no. It's actually Tefillah. So that's a smichas gula tefillah. It doesn't have to be Shemoneh Esrei tefillah. Yirei Neinu is tefillah. Meiri. So the gula rechad the tkina loy mazeb shebetoich kach yispal chaveru gam hu v'lo yelach beis knesses. So why were they masakin this Yirei Neinu? It's not part of the tefillah. It wasn't ikka. The guy were masakin it, or whoever was masakin it. It's machlokes. It seems. Why were they masakin it? So the people don't go home. They wanted everyone to leave Meyer, the shul, together. The base Knesset was in the Sada. They didn't want people to go home, like different times. People came late, I guess. So they dragged out the tefillah with the Yirei Neinu. That way everyone's going to come home together. Leave shul together. Now the pshat. Yesh ba'isam psukim yud ches eskares. There's 18 eskares. I think it means of Shem Hashem.
Say Vaychu also?
Keneged yud, exactly. Keneged yud beis, exactly. Very good. Keneged yud ches brochos. There's 18 eskares. Keneged Shmoneh Esrei. Keneged yud ches brochos do Shmoneh Esrei. V'agav shetiknu loy ma'isam psukim tiknu loy machasim shel Yirei Neinu. And since you say those psukim, you say Yirei Neinu. Okay. There's other explanations as to why they were masakan these psukim of Yirei Neinu. Some say it's because there was a shmad. They said it's also to davar Shmoneh Esrei, so they made Yirei Neinu instead of Shmoneh Esrei. Others want to say that with a similar idea, that they're worried that people should leave the Sada by themselves. So in shul, they said Yirei Neinu, with Shmoneh Esrei's cars connected Shmoneh Esrei, and then they went home and everyone davened the long Shmoneh Esrei and they schlepped it out. They davened B'Yechidus Shmoneh Esrei.
We don't even say that here.
And that's why we don't say it. Yeah, exactly. It's a hafsaka between Gula and Tefillah. The shaila is when Ben Eitzah goes to Chutzah, does he say it? Chair or not? Okay. You stand there, you wait for 10 minutes till they finish Yirei Neinu. I don't know what you do, right? Daven Sekar Shema slower.
Why would you not say it?
First of all, because you can't be Sefer Gula Tefillah. You're not Sefer Gula Tefillah. It's not, Chazal brought Masak it. It's from the Goinim. And there's no Sakana nowadays, so don't say it. I mean, you want to be a Ben Olam Haba. So the question is why, how could they be Masakin it? You're not a Ben Olam Haba. Like, what's going on over here? If we paskin like you have to be samech gula l'tefillah, you should be samech gula l'tefillah. So why were you masakin these psukim? You're not ben adam haba, like it's crazy. So they hold that since we paskin that tefillah's ma'av is rishus, not chayva, so you don't have to be samech gula l'tefillah. Question is, are they toli zeh bezeh? Is smichas gula l'tefillah, even if it's not a chayva, if you're having ma'av rishus, you should still be samech gula l'tefillah. That's how you have to learn in Reb Chaim. Otherwise, Reb Chaim is not halacha l'maisa b'chal. That even if you're davening rishus ma'av, maybe you should still be samech gula l'tefillah. Let's finish this. Let's see it inside. Umi b'seder of Amram pirish mashan ha'oim kaddish ben gula l'tefillah. There's another question. Why do you say kaddish between Shemona Esra, between gula and tefillah? It's also hafsaka, right? We say, what's it called? Shema Yisrael Ad Yiskadal. Why do you go in Shachris? You don't say Kaddish after Galish, all Shemona Esra. So why in Ma'ariv you saying Kaddish? It's also hafsaka, right? So why do we say Kaddish? It's coming to make a point that we don't do gula l'tefillah in Arvis. That's what he says. We say Kaddish to make a point that we don't pass like this Reb Chaim, and we're not saying gula l'tefillah. That's why you say Kaddish. You don't say Kaddish in the morning. You say Kaddish before Musaf, right? Because there's no gula over that. But why are you saying Kaddish here? Why are we saying gula l'tefillah? Says Rav Ram going to make the point that we don't pass like this. It's rishus. You don't have to be saying gula l'tefillah. Others say, by the way, other Rishonim throw in there. You know why? Since the Yireneinu is tefillah, so you're saying Kaddish, achar tefillah. In that case, if we don't say Yireneinu, why are we saying Kaddish? Shveh. Right? If we don't say Yireneinu, why are you saying Kaddish? If the whole point of the Kaddish is because it's after you daven the Ki'ilu Shemona Esra of Yireneinu, why are we saying Kaddish? V'lein here, says Taisus, it doesn't make sense. Why? Dim kein Reb Chaim svirelei tefillas arvis chayva. That means Reb Chaim holds tefillas arvis chayva, right? If he says you say gula l'tefillah, that means according to Rav Hai, Reb Chaim holds tefillas arvis chayva. The plug he derav Reb Chaim, the chesed Reb Chaim, and that's a machlekes Rav and Reb Chaim, and halachas Reb Chaim. So why would you assume it's a chayva? You know what? Even though we say Kaddish, don't talk. Don't talk between the Brochos of Gula and Shemona Esra. Try and be samech as much as you can. You're going to tell me there's a contradiction in halacha. We say Arvis is Rishus. And here we pass now Reb Chaim, you have to be saying Gula l'tefillah. So what is it? Is it chayva or is it rishus? Even if Reb Chaim holds like Rav, Dama rishus, here Reb Chaim can hold like Rav, that it's rishus. Even if you hold tefillah as rishus, says Taisus, you're not to daven ma'ariv. But if you daven, you're ben olam haba if you saying Gula l'tefillah. Exhale. That's quite a Taisus. So, in Eretz you have none of these problems, or some of the less of the problems. We don't say Yireneinu, so you don't have the whole issue. You still say Kaddish, and I don't know. Keep going in gemorah. Let's see. It says the gemorah. Interesting, shalom. Interesting, the Meiri asks over here, how could the Go'ainim be Mesakin a bracha? Yireneinu, you end up with Brachat Hashem. I can't remember, I haven't said it for like 30 years. Yireneinu ends with the bracha. How can they make a bracha? So the Meiri says the Gedolim and any dog can make a bracha. The Go'ainim made a bracha of Yireneinu. They were Mesakin Nusach of a bracha. There's all you do is Shem and Malchus, there's a formula you have to do. To follow the formula, you can make a bracha. It's a big chiddush. Okay. Says the gemorah. So right now we are, just reminding myself, we're on Daled on the base. With third white line? Fourth white line. Okay. Mosif ma barei deravina. So mar Bereder Ravina asked, Be'erev mevorach shtayim lefnei v'shtayim lachorea. In the evening you say 2 brochos before and 2 brochos after. Vi amras, if you're going to tell me Boile Smach, you have to say Smichas Gulat Tefillah, Halaika Samach Gulat Tefillah. The Boile Mei Mashkevenu. That's not called Smichas Gulat Tefillah. You're busy saying Ashkevenu, right? After Gula, Gal Yisrael, you say Ashkevenu. That's not Gulat Tefillah. So Ami, given the Tikkun Rabban Ashkevenu, Gula Arichta Dami. Since Chazal said you say Ashkevenu, that's all one Gula. If you're not going to tell me it's one Gula, Heichimoti Samach. In the morning, how do you do smicha? Why? What's wrong with shachris? Before you daven Shemona Esrei, say Hashem Svasai Tiftach. That's not gula. That's not tefillah. It seems to be Hashem Svasai Tiftach is not part of Shemona Esrei. You're saying these psukim before Shemona Esrei, so you got to hefsek. And V'lev Sefer Bechanan says you say Yilot Say Nimrei Pi. That doesn't bother me. That's not a problem with smichas gula tefillah, but that's the main of Bechanan, right? Since you say it, it's like one long tefillah. This is also considered one long tefillah. Amar Rebbe Elazar, Amar Rav Avina. A new mema. We're now with the very last of the widest of the lines. Anyone who says Tefillah David every day 3 times is a muftach, is guaranteed to be a ben olam haba. And everyone asks, like, why are you guaranteed olam haba? Because you said this thing 3 times. Like, it sounds a lot easier than going to Kailul 10 hours a day. Three times say Ashrei, ben olam haba. So some explain it's because anything you do 3 times, it creates a certain neuro-link connection in your brain. It's a chazaka. 3 times creates a chazaka. It's already something. If you live like that every day, 3 times a day, you're living it. It's not just like you said it once a day. Obviously, it means you've got to say it with kavana, understand what you're saying. Just saying the words l'chaira doesn't do anything, right? But if you're internalizing 3 times a day, that morning, afternoon, and evening, ashrei. So you're what's called, you're covered, ben olam haba, guaranteed, muftach lei, haftacha. My time, why? Why ben olam haba? Ilay mimishum da'asi ba'alef base. If it's because it's the aleph base, right? Ashrei, b'chol yom, Gadol Hashem, Neima, Ashrei Timimidech. It's better to say Ashrei Timimidech. Why? Dasi b'tamya apin. You say each pasuk 8 times. There's Tilim Kuf Yutes, right? You say 8 alephs, 8 bases. You've got 8 of each one. It's even better, right? If you want to hit all the letters. So B'chal, who cares if you hit all the letters? Like, what's the idea? So some say because the Torah was given with all the letters. Others say it's because when you have all the letters, you're kind of you bring Meshabach everything in the world because everything falls under one of the letters. I heard from Victor Miller, I like his pshat, so I'll repeat it. He says, because anything that's kaseh, the aleph base, is easy to remember. So when you're walking down the street, you've got nothing to do, you're working in your field, I want to say psukim, Ashrei, you know what, aleph, base, gimel, you get it. Once you've been margul yourself to say something, you're praising Hashem in a specific order, it's easy to remember, aleph, base. Okay, says the gemorah. So it's not because of the aleph base. You know why you ben olam haba? Because it's wonderful pasuk. Pesach Hasadech, Hashem opens His hands, masbiach kol chai
So maybe you should say,
and He sustains every living creature.
So maybe say Pesach Hasadech 3 times every day.
So the feed is just say that one pasuk. Just say Pesach Hasadech. You know your whole ashrei. Skip the whole thing. Save yourself some time. Say one pasuk 3 times a day, and you're good. You got your bases covered. There's only one problem. So the Gemara answers, if that's true, name a halal gadol. If that's true, you should say Halal Gadol, which is the Hoidah Shem Kitar, Kilo Chazdai, the 26 Kilo Chazdais we say on Shabbos. Tichsiv Ba, Noisin Lechel Chabasa, Kilo Chazdai. Same idea. Don't say Pesach Hasidach, I'll say Kilo Chazdais. The last one, or the second last one is Noisin Lechel Chabasa, Kilo Chazdai. You're praising Hashem, He gives us food, Kilo Chazdai. Elam Meshul, the Gemara answers, you know why? These Beitarti. Also it's the Aleph base, and also Pesach Hasidach. That's why you can't get away with saying just one pasuk. You need the aleph base and you need the Pesach HaSedecha in order to be Olam Haba, Ben Olam Haba. The question is why is Pesach HaSedecha guaranteeing you eternal bliss, right? What's the idea? So some Rishonim say it's because the fundamental foundation of Yiddishkeit is to have bitachon. You can't serve a Kodesh Baruch Hu if you don't trust Hashem. If you don't think he's going to help you out when you need him, right? Why? You're stuck. They come to you. The tax man comes, or your neighbor comes to attack you. If you don't have trust in Hashem, so you're going to take the law into your own hands. You're going to fight back. You're going to steal. You're going to lie. You're going to cheat. The only way to be a good Jew is to have bitachon. You haven't got bitachon, so why on earth are you not doing everything in Sasa, right? You have to have bitachon. Another option is because, according to the Chovos HaLevavos at least, the only way to be Zeichad Olam Haba is to appreciate everything Hashem gives us, right? That's the foundation of Yiddishkeit, is to appreciate what you have. If you think that you worked in the field and you brought home some fruit, so you're never going to appreciate what Hashem gives you. You have to appreciate that everything comes from Hashem. Pesach HaSedecha, He feeds us. Then you appreciate what Hashem gives you. Now you can serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now you can serve Him. You appreciate what He's given to you. So that's the secret of Pesach HaSedecha, is you're appreciating that Hashem, everything you have in your life that's worth anything is from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now you can serve Hashem. Now you can be a Ben Olam Haba. So it says the gemorah, Amar Rav Yochanan, third of the very wide lines. Amar Rav Yochanan, why did David HaMelech skip the letter Nun? Because there's a pasuk in there that represents the falling of the haters of Israel, and they explain Sein Yisrael means Yisrael. It says in the pasuk, Nofla lo yisayisif kum basulas Yisrael. It's fallen, you've fallen, lo yisayisif kum, you can't get up, basulas Yisrael, Am Yisrael. So he didn't want to say Nun because of this pasuk, because of the Nun. So say a different pasuk. Right? You don't say this pasuk, say a nice pasuk, right? Why does he want to bring it? So what they explain is that because it's maskit HaKadosh Baruch Hu, even you're just saying the letter Nun, that there's some type of Mapala Shel Yisrael, and that's a Tzah Shechina. You don't bring that Tzah Shechina when you're praising HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so you skip the whole Nun. But Marov and Etzal Metatzila, they explain this pasuk differently. Nafla v'lo yisayisif limpal, you've fallen, you can't fall anymore. V'lo yisayisif limpal, you got to the rock bottom. Kum b'sulas Yisrael, then get up b'sulas Yisrael. No, lo yisayisif kum, you can't get up. You've fallen, you can't fall anymore. Then you get up. Kum b'sulas Yisrael. Once you've hit the lowest of the low, then Klal Yisrael will get up. And in history seems to have shown that. Once they hit rock bottom, then Klal Yisrael got up. Amr of Nachman by Yitzchak, maybe Dafka Netz Shal, that's just B'marov, and Netz Shal, they say, you know what? Can't get any lower, then you're going to get up. Amr of Nachman by Yitzchak, Afilu Achi Chazer David, even though he didn't say Nun, Chazer David, V'samach Beib Baruch HaKodesh. In his Ruach HaKodesh, he went ahead and he uprooted the Nun. So what's the pasuk after Nun? Samach, Shenem HaSeimach Hashem, L'chal HaNoiflim. He addressed the issue, that Hashem is Seimach Kol HaNoiflim. Amr Belazar Baravina Gadol Mashanema B'Chal Yosef Mashanema Gabriel. Michal says greater things than Gabriel. The Inu B'Michal Ksev Vayav Elayach Min Asrafim V'Le Gabriel Ksev for Ish Gabriel Asher Reisi B'Chazim B'Tchila Mo'oif B'Yav. So these two malachim, one it says oif once, one says twice. So it means he has to jump once to do his mission, but Gabriel has to jump twice. My mashma the Hayechad Michal. How do you know this is Michal? Amr V'Echad Asi Echad Echad. There's a hekesh Echad Echad. There's a shav Echad Echad. Ksiv Hacha V'Yav Eli Elai Echad Min Asrafim. V'Ksiv Hasam V'Nei Michal Echad Min Asarim Arishonim. So the Echad is Michal. Balazreni. So Michal is one. Tani Michal B'Echad, Gabriel B'Shtayim, Eliyahu B'Arba, Malachamavis B'Shmeina. Each one has a different amount of how many times they have to fly, jump, whatever it is, Yav, to do their mission. Michal once. Gabriel has to jump twice. Has to work much harder. Eliyahu Navi 4. Malachamavis Shmeina. B'Shasam HaGeifa Achas. Malachamavis B'Shasam HaGeifa. It's easy work for him. It's easy time. Even though, says Rabbi Shua ben Levi, so on said Krishma and Shul, back to Krishma, last line of Gemara, second last line. He said Krishma and Shul, like a good yid, Mitzvah lekreis al mikdash. There's a separate mitzvah now, midrabanan l'chayra, to read it in your bed. Okay, that's where we get Kriya Shema Mitzvah from. Say Kriya Shema in bed. Amar Rabbi Yosi says, "Micro rigzu val techtu imu bilvavchem al mishchem v'doimu sela." It says in the pasuk, "Imu bilvavchem." They explain, what does it mean bilvavchem? You say in Shema, "V'yad dvorim ha'ela al levavchem." So say the pasuk bilvavchem, Dainu Kriya Shema al levavchem, al mishchavchem in your bed. Imu bilvavchem al mishchavchem. Say in your bed the pasuk of al levavchem, which is Shema. The doimu sela means, Rashi says, B'sheina, go to sleep, be quiet. The doim is be quiet, and then go to sleep. So that's the remez, I guess, of this pasuk. Say Kriya Shema in bed. Why? It's a machlekes. Why you say Kriya Shema in bed? Is it because of mazikim? They're going to get you if you don't say Kriya Shema. Or is it because you want to learn Torah before you go to sleep? Go to sleep with Sheina. It's always good to learn Torah in every change of status between Shkia and day and night. Always say Kriya Shema when anything happens. Say Kriya Shema. You're about to go to sleep, say Kriya Shema. Torah. You could learn, Lefidas, you could learn, but you learn gemorah. I guess people know Kriya Shema, say Kriya Shema. Says gemorah Talmud Chacham hu ein tzarech. If you're Talmud Chacham, and Rashi says, what's a Talmud Chacham? This is the most important Rashi in the whole Shas. What's a Talmud Chacham? I hear you asking, who's a Talmud Chacham? In Talmud Chacham ein tzarech. Who's a Talmud Chacham? Take a look in Rashi, top Rashi, don't believe me. Shiragel b'mishnasai lachzor gisasai Talmud. He does chazara. Talmud Chacham is a guy who does chazara. It doesn't matter how much you know. Irrelevant. If you do chazara, it means you know Torah. You review what you learn. You don't review, you're not Talmud Chacham. You can go through Shas 100 times. You're not Talmud Chacham, you don't do chazara. If you do chazara, Talmud all the time, that's called Talmud Chacham. So if you're Talmud Chacham, you don't have to do chazara. You don't have to say Kriya Shema. The question is, let's just finish the two dots. After Talmud Chacham in Bailei. Even Talmud Chacham in Bailei L'meima Chad Psuki D'Rachamim. Even the Talmud Chacham should say one pasuk of Rachamim. Kagain V'yatchav Kidruchi Pedisa Esi Hashem Kel Emes. Say a pasuk like this. It's a machlokes, by the way. Should you say Dafka this pasuk? The Rambam says even you should say any pasuk of Rachamim, not specifically this pasuk. Other places you should say Dafka this pasuk because it's talking about B'yatchav Kidruchi. I'm giving you my neshama. You go to sleep, and there's a tremendous mussar that if you give a Kodesh Baruch Hu your neshama, you trust him with your soul every night. You should for sure trust him with your financials, with your health. Trust him with everything. You give him your life, trust him with everything. Question is why would a Talmud Chacham not have to say, right? And why does the Rambam and the Shulchan Aruch not bring this din down? They don't say Talmud Chacham doesn't have to say Kriya Shema at night. Why do we pass like this? No one seems to argue. He says Talmud Chacham ain't tzarech. He says the Bible says say Psukim of Rachamim. Shulchan Aruch doesn't say it. Shulchan Aruch says you got to say Kriya Shema lamita. Doesn't say Talmud Chacham doesn't need to. So some want to say it's because the memra of Rabbi Shimon Levi, he wasn't mechalik in Talmud Chacham. No, he said you should say Kriya Shema lamita. He didn't say it's totally in. Others say, you know why? It's totally what we said. Why do you say Kriya Shema lamita? Is it because of mazikin, or is it because of Torah? If it's because of Torah, so Talmud Chacham should still learn Torah before he goes to sleep. Why not? Or maybe if it's because of Torah, if it's because of Torah lehefech, if it's because of Torah, he's doing chazara, he's a Talmud Chacham. He doesn't need to learn Torah. He learns enough Torah during the day. He's good. He's got his bases covered. If it's because of mazikin, though, the Gemara says that Talmud Chacham have to be more worried about mazikin. So he should say. So it could be he holds it's because of Torah. That's why Talmud Chacham doesn't need to say it. But we paskin later on in the Gemara, it sounds like the Gemara says, why should you say Kriya Shema lamita? Because of mazikin. If it's because of mazikin, in that case Talmud Chacham has to say it more than anyone else. That's why the Shulchan Aruch does not bring it down. Have a fantastic day. Shkoyach.
Shkoyach.